This is the prep packet video for Unit 4, Chapter 9.6. We're working on objective number 2, where we learn about rationalizing a denominator with one higher root. So, to rationalize an expression like this with the higher root and the index, we have to ask ourselves, what can I multiply this by to get a perfect cube under the cube root? Well, what we're doing here is we're looking at, we have the cube root, of 2 to the 1. And you have to multiply that by the cube root of 2 to the 2 to get the cube root of 2 to the 1 times 2 to the 2. And that's the same as the cube root of 2 to the 1 plus 2, which is 2 to the 3rd. And remember, if we get to this point, we can draw the rainbow and we end up with just 2. Don't worry, we're going to do a lot of these so that you'll have a lot of practice. So let's take a look at these. So here I'm going to start out with the first one, letter A. I'm starting out with the cube root of 5, and I have to ask myself, what do I have to do to get to 5 to the 3rd? Well, I'm starting out with 5 to the 1, and I'm going to say the cube root of 5 to the 1 plus 2 makes 3. So I have that, and this will make the rainbow, and there's 5. Same thing here. I'm starting with an index of 3, x squared. What do I have to do to x squared to get to x to the 3rd? Well, I have to multiply it by x to the 1, or just x, because 2 plus 1 makes 3. And once I have 3, I can do this, and I have just x. Let's take a look over here. I have 3 to the 1. What do I have to do to 3 to the 1 to get to 3 to the 3? I have to say 3 to the 2, because 1 plus 2 makes 3. Here I have the 5th root of 8, and remember, that's 8 to the 1. What do I have to do to get to 8 to the 5th? I have to do 8 to the 4th, because 4 plus 1 makes 5. And when I get to that, I can draw the rainbow, and I just have the 2. Now, there was an easier way to do this, and let me show it to you. I can just go like that and have to deal with, sorry, because I kind of told you wrong. Let's cross that out for a minute. If I do this, I have 8 to the 5, and yet it's going to come out that way, and it'll be 8. But I could have done it another way, because this is 8 to the 1st is the same as 2 to the 3rd. This is going to stay the same on the outside. 2 to the what? 2 to the 2nd, right? And this is the way to go. I'm glad I showed you the wrong way first, because I want to get down to 2. So don't do it that way. Simplify first. I can't even spell simplify. So here, I'm going to get another chance. Here is the 4th root of 27. Before I do anything, I'm going to break that down, because I know that that's the same as the 4th root of 3 to the 3rd. And then I'm going to multiply that by whatever it's going to take to get from 3 to 4. So I'm going to have the 4th root of 3 to the 4th. Draw the rainbow, and you end up with 3. Okay, let's try some more. So here I have 7 over the cube root of 3, and that, remember, is the same as 3 to the 1. So I'm going to multiply this by the cube root of 3 to the 2 over itself, right? So I will have 7 times the cube root of 3 to the 2 over the cube root of 3 to the 3. I'm going to make the rainbow. And my next stop is 7 times the cube root of 9, because we can say that. And there's nothing I can take out of that, so I'm not going to bother, over 3. So here it's a little different. First of all, I want to double check and make sure there's nothing I can do vertically, and there isn't. So I have the 5th root of 3 over the 5th root of 4, which is the same as the 5th root of 2 squared. So I'm going to multiply all of that by the 5th root of 2 to the 3rd. Why? Because 2 plus 3 makes 5. And of course, what I do to the bottom, I'm going to do to the top. So that's 5 times... So down here I'll have the 5th root of, that's 8, so 24, because 5 times 8, or 3 times 8 is 24, over, and I'm going to end up with the 5th root of 2 to the 5th. I do my rainbow, I end up with 2, so I have the 5th root of 24 over 2. And it might be tempting to try to reduce that, but you really shouldn't. Okay, let's do one more over here. So I have, let me just draw a line so we can see through that. So I have 7 and the 4th root of n. So to take care of that, I'm going to multiply it by the 4th root of n to the 3rd, because this is secretly 1, right? And 1 plus 3 makes 4. What I do to the top, I do to the bottom, or the vice versa. So I have 7 4th root of n to the 3rd over 4th root n to the 4th. Make the rainbow. And my final answer is 7 root 4 n to the 3rd over n. A little more practice. Here I've got to the 1, so I'm going to multiply it by the cube root of 3 squared. Cube root of 3 squared. And that'll be 8 cube root 9 over 3. Can't reduce. I'm good to go. Here I have the 4th root of 2 over the 4th root of, do your simplifying, that's 3 squared. So I'm going to multiply that by 4th root 3 squared, because 2 plus 2 makes 4. Same on the top, 4th root, that's a 4, really it is, of 3 squared. And that will give me the 4th root of 2 times 9 is 18 over 3 squared times 3 squared is 3 to the 4th. The rainbow wins, so that's just 3. Again, there's nothing I can do here. I'd love to, but I can't simplify this anymore. Here I have 9 over the 5th root of t. And remember, that's the same sort of as t to the 1. So to make that all better, I'm going to say 5 root t to the 4th, because 4 plus 1 makes 5. And I'll end up with 9. And then I'll have rainbows, and I'll end up with that. So that's that one. So that went pretty fast, I know, but you'll have a chance for more practice with the U-Try problems on 566 and 567. Please include this with your prep packet. and we'll see you next time.